For millennia, the Great Blue Nile has carved its path through the highlands of Ethiopia. It is a river of immense power and life-giving spirit. Flowing north, it carries rich soil and vital water. It eventually joins the White Nile in Sudan to form the great river that nurtured ancient civilizations. Yet, for centuries, most of its tremendous energy flowed past Ethiopia largely untapped. The people closest to its source often lived without the electricity this mighty river could provide. In 2011, a bold idea began to take shape. The Ethiopian government announced a plan to change its nation's destiny. The project was named the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. It was a vision for a new era of prosperity and self-reliance, a testament to a nation's ambition. The construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam was a monumental undertaking. Thousands of workers flocked to this isolated corner. They came from all parts of Ethiopia, united by a common purpose. The site was a hive of activity, day and night. Heavy machinery echoed through the valleys. Men and women toiled under the hot sun. Their efforts slowly but surely gave shape to one of Africa's most ambitious engineering projects. Diverting the course of the Blue Nile was required. Workers blasted through tons of hard rock. Crews poured millions of cubic meters of concrete. The government decided to fund the dam primarily through domestic means. Civil servants contributed, business owners contributed, farmers contributed, students contributed, communities held fundraising events, a project truly owned by the people, a testament to what a nation can achieve together. As the dam's massive wall rose higher, it began to hold back the powerful flow of the Blue Nile, creating a vast reservoir behind it. In February 2022, a historic milestone was reached. The first turbine was switched on, and for the first time, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam began to generate electricity. It was a moment of profound celebration across the nation. With a planned capacity of over 6,000 megawatts, the GERD is designed to be the largest hydroelectric power plant in all of Africa. Upon completion, it is expected to more than double the country's electricity generation. This immense new supply of power will reach millions of homes that have never had light before. It will provide the energy needed for schools to use computers, for hospitals to power life-saving equipment, and for businesses to operate and create jobs. The dam's electricity is also a source of green energy, helping to combat climate change by providing a sustainable alternative to fossil fuels. Furthermore, the vision for the dam extends beyond Ethiopia's borders. Ethiopia intends to export surplus electricity to neighboring countries like Sudan, Djibouti, Kenya. The dam is not just a national project, it is a beacon of hope for a more integrated and electrified African continent. The Nile River is a shared resource, a lifeline for several nations. The construction of a dam so large on one of its main tributaries was always going to be a matter of intense international interest and concern. Egypt, in particular, views the river as a matter of existential importance, as it provides over 95% of its fresh water. From the moment the GERD was announced, a complex and often tense diplomatic conversation began. Egypt's concerns were rooted in history and hydrology. For decades, colonial-era treaties had granted Egypt and Sudan a majority share of the Nile's waters, leaving Ethiopia with almost none. Egypt feared that the rapid filling of the dam's massive reservoir could lead to a dangerous reduction in its water supply, threatening its agriculture and the livelihoods of millions of its citizens. This led to years of negotiations, with Egypt insisting on a legally binding agreement that would guarantee a minimum flow of water, especially during periods of drought. Sudan's position was more complex. Located between Ethiopia and Egypt, it stood to see both potential benefits and risks. On one hand, the dam could help regulate the Nile's flow, preventing the devastating annual floods that plagued parts of Sudan and providing a new source of cheap electricity. On the other hand, it shared some of Egypt's concerns about the dam's operational safety and the management of water flow, especially for its own dams downstream. Sudan often played the role of a mediator, caught between the firm positions of its two powerful neighbors, seeking a solution that would safeguard its own interests while promoting regional cooperation. The negotiations have been long and arduous, involving the African Union and other international observers. Ethiopia has consistently maintained that the dam is designed for power generation, not for water consumption, and has assured its neighbors it will not cause significant harm. Finding a balance between a nation's right to development and the needs of its neighbors is a delicate diplomatic dance, one that continues to unfold along the banks of the Great Nile. Today, on the 12th of September 2025, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam stands as a monumental achievement. The dam is now largely operational, its turbines spinning, generating the electricity that is transforming the fabric of Ethiopian society. The bright lights in cities, the new hum of machinery in rural towns are visible signs of its impact. The GERD is more than just the largest hydroelectric plant in Africa, it is a symbol of a new era for Ethiopia. An era of energy independence, economic opportunity, and national pride. The project has inspired a generation, proving that grand ambitions can be realized through unity and self-reliance. Economically, it is the cornerstone of the country's industrialization strategy, attracting investment, creating jobs. Socially, it is closing the gap between urban and rural life, bringing modern amenities to millions and empowering communities. For Africa, the GERD is a powerful symbol of a continent on the rise, showcasing the capacity of African nations to execute world-class infrastructure projects. The potential for an interconnected energy grid, powered by the dam, could foster unprecedented regional integration and economic growth. It serves as an inspiring model for other nations looking to harness their own renewable resources, hydropower, solar power, wind power. The ongoing diplomatic conversations with Egypt, Sudan remain crucial for ensuring that this great river continues to be a source of life and cooperation, not conflict. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, born from a dream in 2011, now stands as a concrete reality, a beacon of progress whose light, we hope, will shine brightly across Ethiopia and the entire African continent for many generations.